Excuse me. All right, testing. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Turkey sandwich. Testing. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Waiting on my computer to catch up with me. I can turn the music down. That's one thing for sure. Let me turn the music down now. Sound check. I don't know how in the world I just got so comfortable. My TV is alive. I don't know how in the world the sound for the TV is blasting through here. I just got so comfortable. And I didn't have the remote control for that TV to turn it down. So I have to get up. I'm so comfortable. This This is how it would look if I was a bear. Technically, I am. I'm a panda. This is how it would look if you woke me up during hibernation. I have to get up so I can go turn the TV down. I am so comfortable. I don't want to get up because I know I am not going to be this comfortable when I come back. Just my luck. A thumbtack will materialize out of thin air and I sit on it. A thumbtack. Oh man. Can I just start my live streams without technical difficulties? What's the point in doing behind the scenes checks? And as soon as I hit live, everything fall apart. Let me go get up and turn the TV down. Let me let you guys know what I'm doing. So you be like, where's she at? She leaving already. She cannot take the heat. I gotta go turn the TV down. Rolling my eyes. BRB. I gotta go turn the TV down. I try. Oh. I try. All I do is try. If I had a chicken leg for every time I tried to do something, I'd never go hungry again. Live stream ruined. It's over. You cannot push a hard reset on the live stream now, can you? You cannot push a hard reset on the live stream. Now I'm back from turning the TV down. It want to get loud at the wrong times. It's like the appliances and electronic devices are fighting amongst themselves. Like, no, pick me. You're always live streaming. You don't watch TV anymore like you used to. Well, like, I got work to do. Woman, can't you see? I got work to do. I got a job do, dun, dun. My name is Pikachu, dun, dun. What about you, dun, dun, dun. And I like barbecue, dun, dun. And you move, dun, dun, dun. Hey, dun, dun, dun. I got work to do. I got work to do. I got work to do. Working my pressure up. I'm too young for pressure. I'm too young for high blood pressure. I'm just too young. Okay, get it together, LA. You have a live stream to do. Don't you think I know that? That's why I'm here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, pets, plants, and animals. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you for coming into another live stream show. We have a slow build coming into the audience. Welcome in. Slow and steady wins the race. Burn the fire really nice and slow. You don't want to burn out too quick because you just got here. You got many miles to go. One more mountain to climb. Boy, I feel so sorry for my grandmother and my great grandmother, because every gospel song they sung, it just sounds like one opposition after the other. I lost my leg, King Jesus, but I'm going to climb up that mountain, God. Hey, the sugar done took my leg. But Lord, you sure been sweet to me. If you're driving in the car, quick, fast, and hurry, pull over before I make you crash. I am so sorry. Y'all wasn't expecting me to say that. Y'all don't know what y'all gonna expect me to say. I don't even know what I'm gonna say half the time. I just be rolling down the river like Tina Turner. Shouts out to Tina Turner. Reaction review of the Joe Budden Podcast, episode 876. I tend to get my numbers mixed up, so I constantly have to stare over and make sure I'm saying the numbers correctly. 876, yes. Reaction review of the Joe Budden Podcast, episode 876. Help me, God. Did I mess this up too? Squint off the vert, squint off the vert. Got it. Didn't need a ruler this time to stay in place. Moving forward. If you are interested in watching this, Chile, welcome in. High five. I just did a fair warning because I said something crazy. If you're driving, please pull over. Now, I'm saying I feel sorry for my great-grandmama and my great-great-grandmama and them, because all they church songs sound like tough struggle. They'll be like, Lord, I lost my leg. Sugar done took me out. Dun, 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 dun. But I'm going to climb the mountain. Dun, 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 dun. Sugar done took me out. Dun, dun. But Lord, I thank you, because you sure been sweet to me. I'm like, shut up. What in the H? Grandmama, what you saying? They say the struggle is real for us, but I guess the struggle was strong for them. So I guess we are breaking generational curses. We don't have a strong struggle. We don't have a strong struggle like great-grandmama. Well, but oh yes, the struggle is still real for us. Yes. Welcome. Thank you for coming into the building. Going up on the rough side of the mountain, the back side of the mountain, underneath the mountain, around the mountain. Lost your leg to diabetes, lost your arm to diabetes. But they like, Jesus, we love you because you're going to help me. Carry me over the cross line. I'm like, what the H? What am I here? Yes, the struggle is real, but like Chile said, they had it double hard. Oh, thank you guys so much for coming in. How are you doing? Shouts out to everybody who had to make it over the rough side of the mountain. Welcome to the struggle. We all in this together. Congratulations to the folks who got their bridge cards back. I'm not shading them because it's hard out here. It's hungry. Nothing wrong with getting a leg up, an arm up, a whole body up in these trying times in life. How are you doing today? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and or good night. This world is big. I am just now finding out. I am today years old, signing into planet Earth on this thing called YouTube. And this world is big, and this world has multiple time zones, which is why I had to wear multiple watches on my wrist. Blang, 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 blang. Aha! Aha! Chang! My arm lit up like the shining star that I am with all these wrist watches. Yes, sir. Let me put a question down in here just to say, hey, it's terrible out here. You had to lift your own self up in times of peril. Parallel parking, parallel linear times, parallel anything parallel to sideways. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. So I'm going to put in a sidebar question in here just to keep things going. And before I get started in here, I'm going to put something in here like, what's your favorite snack? And then we're going to bada bing and keep on going. What is y'all? No, I'm not going to put that. What is your favorite snack? Now, if my teacher was in here, you don't say that. That's not a word. What is your favorite snack? Favorite spells favorite. Present. The hell? What is your favorite snack? Push done and start Q&A. Let's put the start Q&A. Hey, how you doing? I'm up here tapping on the screen if you wonder what I'm doing. I was able to do another cool Q&A, so I'll put it up here. Thank you guys for coming in, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, all that stuff. This is the Joe Budden Podcast review. So we have that up here. I was able to participate in the pop-up. What is your favorite snack? So that will pop up on here, so I'm glad about that. I even put a pretzel in there. Donuts! Shouts out to the donuts. I'm about to put some donuts in the chat. Now, how do you spell donut? D-O-U-G-H nut, donut. Because donut is spelled two different ways. D-O-N-O-T, D-O-U-G-H-N-U-T. It's a couple of ways. Tomato, tomato. There's some donuts in there. Yeah. What's your favorite snack? We have donuts in the building. Is French fries considered a snack? I'm about to put French fries. F-R-I. I'm putting fries in here. How about that? If you guys are interested in getting your video loaded up, the link is in the description to when I eventually get to the reaction review of episode 876 on the Joe Budden Podcast. It's been fun listening, and I've been enjoying listening to Mona talk about her give her opinion. So yeah, Chile said French fries is the snack. I know that's right. French fries is the snack. I'll take that for $1. High five. Bam. So yeah, as I was saying, shout out to everybody who grew up on the rough side of the mountain. We still here. And let me get ready to get started. I only have a little bit of my time on here to get a portion of this done. Ooh, let me push play. Hold on. I have the music going. And it's rolling down the river right into a commercial. You guys, if you're following along with me with the description, did you guys start out with the commercial already? I'm waiting to push the skip button. Let me skip it. So this is the second video, right? And we are in the timestamp of 1 hour, 2 seconds, 39 minutes. How do you say that, y'all? We are 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 39 seconds into the episode. So if you want to like fast forward it to there, and I'll run the clock and get ready to start. I think I rewound it back a little bit because it ended off right in the middle of them making great statements about whatever it was. Like, that's a sad shame I don't remember. But let's push start. Let me see, what are they talking about? Let me rewind it back just a smidget. Shouts out to all of you guys while this is loading up who showed up to the basket head yesterday. We did a 6-hour live stream. Thank you for coming in. Even one of my cool peeps commented this morning, said they came to the live stream yesterday and fell asleep. That's what it's all about. It's got music in the background. It's so ambiotic and therapeutic. You just put it on in the background and do your thing. So shouts out to all of you who showed up to basket head yesterday. Thank you so much for your comments, responses, and opinions. Okay, so yeah, they're still talking about the whole Kanye West of it all. You know what's going on with Kanye West. He just made another big apology. So they're going around the table, or should I say going around the couch, sharing their opinions of what they think about it, how they're interpreting it, and collectively, they are all hoping that Kanye West is better, rightfully so. And now they're talking about another guy. Who is this other guy? He just went on the Breakfast. He was just on the Breakfast Club almost 3 weeks ago with his wife. He had a mental breakdown too, and his wife confessed, that she takes care of him and she's aware of the signs when her husband is having issues, so she will remove all social media devices from him when she can tell he's beginning to have one of those episodes. But they openly talked about that on Breakfast Club. In fact, maybe I'll review that episode. So that's pretty cool. So while they're talking about that, let me look it up so I can see. Who is the name of the rapper on the... Who said has a... I'm looking for that. I see the picture, I see the thumbnail in my head. I just don't remember right off top who the name of that rapper is. Oh, it is Gucci Mane. The rapper is Gucci Mane and his wife is Keisha Kayor. So they were on the Breakfast Club talking about mental health and all that stuff. So that might be something I want to review. The last Breakfast Club review I did was with Keisha Cole, and that was a fun one. I enjoyed that one. So the brown guy on JBP, I get the guys' names mixed up. It's either, let me look on here, Ice. His concern is regarding Kanye West. It's like, how many times you gonna do this? How can we know for sure that you've been delivered, right? He's saying that an open apology, that he needs to do more than just do an open apology. What do you guys think about that? He wants to see more accountability in his actions, opposed to just another open apology. So, if I'm getting the guy's name right, Ice says he wants to see more than just an apology because they've been down this road before and they've heard it all before. Mona speaking. Let's see what she's got to say. She said 2 things could be true at one time. She's saying it's corny how Kanye West took care of the situation. So she's just sitting there saying that, his action, his 2 things that what she said is how he handled the situation was kind of corny. How can you take him seriously, after all his other acts and shenanigans? I get it. I get it. Proceed with caution, I suppose, right? That's all you can do. Proceed with caution. It's pretty bad. She said it was tacky. Moving forward, I do wish them the best. And I do hope they try to make better decisions. But that's pretty much where it begins and ends. That's where it begins and ends. It's pretty sad. So Kanye West has another album out. Because some people were saying this as well. They thought that it was staged, the apology, because there's a rollout of products coming out. I think Kanye West store just opened up online. Well, not just, I checked it out and it is open because I did the review on the store in the last video and I talked about how the setup of the store was, you know? It was giving real Apple store. It looked like an Apple store, but for clothing. And then I think his ex-wife has a product line or type of store rolling out at the same time as well. So it's the timing of it all. So no one really knows if it's a serious thing or stunt, you know, social media stunt. There's her shoes. Mona, are you wearing power boots? There's the shoes. Are they going to zoom in on the boots? They look like superhero boots. Please zoom in on the shoes. So, Ish is saying in reference to Kanye West, he's basing it on a pattern of behavior. Joe keeps interrupting. What? Where's my popcorn? Hey, thank you for coming in. So, yeah, they're saying he's got a history now. For Ish, she's saying it's hard to take him seriously anymore in reference to that because he's developed a pattern. The he, meaning Kanye West, according to Ish, has developed a pattern so much to the point where it's hard for him to see if it's just a mistake or a part of his human nature, or part of his character, of who he is, you know? Apologize and don't do any internal work to improve. I get that as well. You know? I've seen, unfortunately, YouTubers crash out on YouTube, and it's not a fun situation. It was so much to the point where the audience was actually calling in to see if said YouTuber was okay. And some of the YouTubers claimed that they even called the authorities and let them know that said streamer was having an episode so they could do a wellness check. It's really weird how things happen, you know? I don't know if I should say the name or not. I don't know how that works, but I saw it. It made the news, guys. It made the news. So mental health, if you're not gathered around the right people to help you, these are examples of how your life can unfortunately spiral out of control if you don't have a nice plan put together. So when and if you have an episode, you know, your life can change for the worse. Thank you for coming in. I like your content. Thank you so much. Those are boots. Mona, if you're watching this, those boots are so awesome. They're sparkly high top girl boots. Let's go. Bam. They're like golden and sparkly. This is good. Wow. It's all about influences too. Popcorn is here. Wow. So they're going on talking about the mental health situation of it all. So having said that, I'll read some more about this because they brought up Gucci Mane. According to AI Overview, the rapper is Gucci Mane, and his wife is Keisha Kayor. They appeared on the Breakfast Club radio show where they discussed his diagnosis of schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, and how Kayor helps him manage mental health by taking control of his social media during episodes. And it seems as though with Mr. West, once upon a time when he was married to one of the Kardashians, it was Kim Kardashian, as devout as they are to social media, they seem to have this whole social media thing down to a science. If they weren't able to help him, so it seems, it's more serious than maybe they all could do to help him collectively, and that's sad. So Ice is saying, he's reiterating his stance by saying, for him, the outside looking in, it seems intentional that Kanye West is not being responsible. Oh my gosh, I've got popcorn stuck in the back of my neck. Embarrassing. So as I was saying, it's just reiterating his point, talking about it don't seem like Kanye West is putting in a lot of legwork to improve, because every time he apologizes, it's always the condition appears to be getting worse, not better or remaining neutral. So it's about a kind of accountability on his behest on just how much he wants to get better. Parks is interjecting, saying that he dated someone for a long time with bipolar disorder. He's saying it can be tricky to just say that one statement because the medication can be life-altering. It can change their mood, which is true. Some medicines can change your mood. I've heard that growing up, unfortunately, from people. They'll say they got off the medicine because they didn't like the way it made them feel. So it's like they had to choose. It's sad. It's sad. They have to choose, like, do I take this pill so I can stop having these manic episodes? But when I take it, it's going to change me. It's going to change me completely. And I'm not going to be that person when I am, quote, in control. I'm not going to be that person anymore because the chemicals in the pill will alter you. And I think that's not fair, because if people have these said mental disorders, now you're placing on someone to make a decision to change their life again. That's creepy territory to tiptoe down. Heaven help them. They're bringing up good points, y'all. So when you come to that portion, what do? Do you guys turn to take holistic approaches? Or do you find something within after you realize the medicine you took is not the right way to go because it takes away something from you that you know you may not be able to get back? Is there some type of determination that is within you where it's like, okay, this isn't going to work. I have to find another way to get through this. Do it make you more self-aware of when you're getting ready to have some type of effect? Or what? Oh, wow. Okay. So Mark and Ice are saying, because Mona asked, so do you think that in general, Kanye West is just pretty much has he's got a bad personality, you know, and so on top of that, having this sad condition just makes it worse, because if you're intentionally a jerk to begin with has a jerk personality or an entitled personality compiled with said mental disorder, there's a fine line between choosing not to be responsible and being responsible. What I'm gathering is that they're relying heavily on the fact that Kanye West knows better and he's choosing not to get better. referencing Ice and Mark. That's what they're both saying. Can you believe they're still talking about this? It affects everyone. Rich, poor, in between. It affects everybody. I wonder how the super duper rich wealthy people handle that situation when they're dealing with someone like that in their family. What are they talking about? They're talking about a salamander, and I instantly started thinking about Pokemon. Pokemon, gotta catch you. Oh! Is it a necklace? Who is Steve Irwin? Oh no, he says she's dressed like Steve Irwin. Who is that? Oh no. He says she's dressed like that guy. Who is that? Steve Irwin, Australian zookeeper. No! No! The crocodile hunter. Oi, oi, oi! Wow. I didn't know that was his real name. I grew up with him, watching him, but I always called him the Crocodile Man or the Crocodile Hunter. But to know him by his name, no. I just knew him by the Crocodile Man. Wow, that's his real name. That's cool. Yo, we just called him the Crocodile Man. Y'all see the Crocodile Man on TV? Yup, we saw him, and that's it. Wow. So yeah, I do remember when he passed away, but I still referenced him as the crocodile wrestler, the crocodile hunter, you know? And his wife was really, 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 really nice. I liked her because you could tell she really loved him. You don't see that nowadays in reference to celebrities talking about their significant other. So that was another thing I liked about both of them. Oh my gosh. So Joe said that Mona up there on the set dressed like Steve Irwin. Oh man, shouts out to the internet, man. I had to Google search that real quick. I'm sorry, girl. Mona the vampire. He should have said that. They said Lion King, Tiger King. Well, Mona is actually wearing, if anything, her outfit that she's wearing in this particular episode is more lion-esque with the mane. She's got the fur around her jacket, you know. And she have her Willy Wonka golden boots on. Those boots are awesome, man. They're girlish, they're golden, they're sparkly. They go to the calf. Those shoes look fun. High five, Mona. Bam. You got to tell us what your fashions are when the show come on, because I want to buy the shoes. And your jacket reminds me of the song Apple Bottom Jeans, boots with the fur. That's nice. I'm watching. Let's see here. Thank you guys for coming in. I tell you, man, when these folks be talking on here, I get sidetracked and I be wanting to Google search what they're saying. This is fun. What are they talking about now? Did he say tinfoil? They're talking about selling prison photos, charging people to take pictures with Puffy while he in jail. $20 a picture. That's a shame. There's something else. $20 a picture. Make $1 from anything. They're talking about jail. What is he talking about? Thank you guys for coming in and pressing the like button. And also, I see you participating in the survey as well. Thank you. Good morning. Right now it is 10:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys still have time to hurry up and go to McDonald's and get your breakfast if you want breakfast. Now they're talking about 5%ers. They be all over the wagon wheel, talk about random stuff. But that's how conversations are. It's not really necessarily just a straight up the road, we're going to stick to this topic and talk about this topic. What I like is that they hop around the random things that come to mind, but then they segue back to the said topic at hand. It's just really nice. I do enjoy it. It's regular conversation. Conversation! So Ice is like, I ain't never ever went to jail. He ain't never went to jail. Good for you. That's good, man. Shouts out to the ones who in there. Shouts out to the ones who are about to get out. Congratulations to the ones who have made it out of jail. Please don't go back. Wow. Oh, fudge, man. Who getting out of jail now? No, that should be a YouTube channel right there. Just what is it? Chronicalizing all the celebrities who getting in and out of jail. That's endless content. I have my snacks with me. I have my music going. Hold on. Let's see here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, pets, plants, and animals. Y'all, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back. All right, y'all, I'm back, man. When you gotta go, I guess you just gotta go. When you gotta go, you just gotta go. That's what that man said on Jurassic Park. When he ran out of that car and left them kids to fend for themselves. Oh boy, I am back. Let me put on these ear thingies. Who is a rat? Who you calling a rat? You a 19? Why? I gotta let her know. You're not an R to the A to the T. Who in the world is a rat? Boy, y'all be knowing some things, don't you? Good. Now, where did I put my cereal? I found it. I'm back. I have my cereal. Thank you for waiting. Now, where's my mouse? Excuse me. Push play, girl. Push play. Prize Picks. It's time for my favorite part of the show. Prize Picks. Being right can get you paid. Here. More or less. So while they're reading about the prize pick situation of it all, let's go back to the crocodile man that Joe made the fashionable reference to in reference to Mona the Vampire. Stephen Robert Irwin was an Australian zookeeper, environmentalist, and wildlife conservationist who became famous for his TV show Crocodile Hunter. Exactly, the Crocodile Man. Irwin, nicknamed the Crocodile Hunter, y'all, I thought that was his name, was known for his energetic and enthusiastic encounters with dangerous animals, particularly crocodiles. He believed that excitement was key to education and that his risk-taking helped raise awareness for threatened species. Born February 22nd, 1962 in Australia and passed away September 4th, 2006. He was only 44 years old, y'all. That's too young. So he's got a couple of kids, and Terry passed away too? His wife passed away too? Man, that's messed up. But she loved him so much, you could just tell. So that's usually how those things work. If they really are in love with one another, one spouse passed, the other one pretty much follows. That's too bad. So they're getting ready to wrap up this prize picks thing, and we just read about the what is it, the crocodile hunter. Rest in peace to him. I'm glad that I got to read about all that. Let's see what else we have here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, pets, plants, and animals, he's getting ready to say something about Mark. He wants to get into Mark. What did he do? Mac and cheese, collard greens. What are they talking about? Ooh, you name it. Green beans, lettuce, tomatoes, blah, blah, blah. Pans. Yeah, give me a pan of that macaroni and cheese. Let's go. Oh, well, he feeding the children on the set. Bringing in some pans of macaroni for the children on the set. You got to feed the children. You got to feed the children for maximum performance. So did Sade make the food? Sade, girl, did you make the food? You name it. Yeah, some people don't eat everybody's food. You know. That just is what it is. Come on now, but man, that sounds good though. Y'all ready to cook? Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. You order DoorDash on the side, man. Go to the side door. Let me go to my car real quick and get something. Put that food in your cup and your coat and come on in like nothing happened. Hey, how you doing, girl? Dump that DoorDash on the plate and keep on eating. You don't want to put that type of pressure on people, man. Everybody don't need everybody cooking, but just because they don't need everybody's cooking doesn't mean that they cannot still come to the party and have a good time. I'm not going to be forcing people to eat food if they don't like it. And my door is open for you to DoorDash your own food to the party. Right? Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So you going to make your wife eat the food. Savage. Endless love. Shouts out to the wife. Is that why they're playing People's Court music? People's Court music, y'all. Karata. Homie court. I was just talking about People's Court this morning. In the wow. Oh my gosh, he's going down the list. This reminds me of when he did that song, unfortunately, with another male-based podcast around this time last year. You know, Another One Bites the Dust. Well, y'all got to do that now. Another One Bites the Dust. And now, unfortunately, when Math Hoffa went under, he was taken asunder. Math Hoffa's lights went out, metaphorically and literally, at the barber shop. One sweet day. And then, you know, Joel and them had to hit him with the he. Shouts out Missy Elliott, and had to do dun, dun, dun. Another One Bites the Dust. And Melissa was like, y'all bring Another One Bites the Dust back. It is what it is. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Math Hoffa back anyways. He got another barber shop. He gonna keep the lights on this time. You know, he gonna make sure he keep the lights on this time. Let's go. Wow, so they're paying Mark's wife a lot of compliments. They're saying that she's really nice. That's really good. If you're not eating at the work function where they're providing the food, man, I used to work at the said location. I didn't eat all the food there. I want to live. Gravy train dog food. Gravy train dog food. A reasonable plate. What's a reasonable plate? A reasonable plate. Fix your plate, put it on this scale. 1 pound quota. Because people be going crazy with the plates. It's a 1 pound quota. You put your plate on the scale. If it hits 1 pound, take it on out of here. If it's over 1 pound, take some of that food off. Shouts out to the people making sheet pan sizes of food. Yo, I really like watching those YouTube videos where the guy, he be barbecuing for like construction workers and stuff, man. They be having so much food on the rotisserie. So much food on the rotisserie. It be looking good too. Let's see here. Now they're talking about who made the food. Who made the food? Who made the food? I want to know who made the food. That sounds so good. What is he? Someone was stealing barbecue chicken. Are we stealing chicken now? You know, when you're on the grill, you gotta sample it. You have the little fork. You take out a piece. You know, you take it off of the grill. You sample it. Bap is good. Need a little more of this. So you mean he was just pulling chicken out of the pan and walking away? Then turn around and get a plate. How many pieces of chicken did you take already? I see what you're saying. Yeah. So you piecing your plates together throughout the time like we're not going to see. The party is for 4 hours. Every 15 minutes you go to the table. You pluck off 2 pieces of chicken from the pan. Go stash it somewhere else in the other part of the house. You do that around the clock for 2 straight hours. You're walking out of there with a nice plate of food. Okay. That's right up there, like in this movie. You remember the guy, Camp Candy? He was a comedian. He passed away. Netflix just came out with a like a documentary about him or something. Let me see. Who is the comedian? So, who played in the movie Uncle Buck? So John Candy is the comedian. So he played in Uncle Buck. So how they're talking about how you're stealing chicken and stuff from the party, a little here, a little there, to build you this grand plate to take home. It reminded me of this movie with from John Candy, the comedian who played in Uncle Buck. He had said something along the lines of this in the movie. He was like, well, when you go to a buffet, before you go, you line your pockets with sandwich bags. So as you go down the buffet line, you can put food into your pockets, and then you'll have food to take home with you. So basically, that's what he was doing at the party. And then I broke it down for my understanding. I'm like, okay, so you're saying you had sheet pans full of food, macaroni and cheese, and then like the barbecue chicken legs and stuff. So pretty much every 15 minutes, you will go take 2 pieces out from the party, out of the chicken pan, swipe them and stash them somewhere else. Another 15 minutes, come back, you take 2 more pieces, because no one's the wiser, you know? Stealth mode. So by the time you get ready to leave, you walking out of there with a 12-piece chicken basket. That's too many pieces of food. Weigh the food before you leave. If it's a pound over, put something back. That's it, that's all. That's crazy. Stealing chicken. Shame. Let me put laughing emoji. I have to type this in here. Stash. Oh, so not 2 pieces at a time. He was taking 1 piece of chicken at a time and stashing it away. Is that what we're doing now? Oh, man. Bup. Let me see here. Where's my emoji? Chicken legs. So Mark's stealing chicken legs. Chicken legs. Are you trying to defend the stealing of the alleged chicken? It's no allegedly. They're trying to figure out. I cannot. My mom used to get chased by the chickens at the grandma. Oh no, that's a tragedy. Are you serious? That's a nightmare. So how does she feel about the Chicken Run movie? Is it traumatizing? Man, that's terrible. I wouldn't want that to happen to me, man. That's awful. I'm sorry. Wow. Wow. So all the paper plates were gone. Ish said by the time the party was over and it was time for them to eat, there wasn't any official plates left over. So no boy. Dun, dun, dun. Next time on Kitchen Court, it was out of place, so I put all my food in a big old sheet pan. The lies, the lies. Oh no, are you serious? Rest in peace to the pet chicken. Let me put some chickens in the chat. Did he just go to the break room and pull out some plates? We've got a Tupperware. This segment of JBP is brought to you by Tupperware. Da 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 da. To the left, we have Ice holding up the seasonal stain-free Tupperware for $3.99. Let me find the chicken. They're really serious about this. They're talking about the aluminum tray and everything. This needs to be a whole separate video put out on the on Patreon. The dissection of a sheet pan versus a regular pan at said party. How many chicken legs did he carry out after the party? Do the math. They're still talking about the mac and cheese. If this don't remind me of the episode of Hercules the Shark where Hercules the Shark had a gathering. It was what was it? It was January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. September 17th, Hercules the Shark had a gathering with his family and friends, and he was fussing because his grandma made macaroni and cheese for the gathering. And he was saying, like, his grandmother put in, like, 5 to 6 different types of cheeses. And he was like, why is it called macaroni and cheese? It should be called macaroni and the cheeses. Because his grandma put so much macaroni in. And they're up here talking about sheet pans of macaroni and cheese and chicken. I tell you, food brings people together. He took the community chicken pan on home. We need to have a security guard distributing and monitoring the food. Have a fork or something. You know, you see them taking too many chicken legs, zap them. Hey! I said, hey, you're taking too many chicken legs. Zap them a little bit, you know. Wow. That's funny. Can you believe that? So they're just talking about a family gathering they had, and they're doing all this for a chicken pan. I look forward to seeing how their Thanksgiving holiday is going to be when and if they all get together. Is he going to have one of those collapsible bowls so it looks flat like this, but it expands, and he just going to be shoving food in there real quick and leaving, sticking stuff out of the window? Kid put it in the car. No one's the wiser. How he goes take food out of here this time? They said you could take home a plate of food, not a whole bowl. Not a whole mixing bowl full of chicken. That's all of the chicken. This is funny. Lava, chicken. Thank you guys for coming in. I'm just having a good time hanging out, watching / listening to the episode on here of the Joe Budden Podcast, episode 876. We are approaching the second hour in this live stream. If that's right, it's hard to understand that. It's actually saying negative 159. So we're at the negative 159 marker. All of the plates were gone at the party, so I'm going to assume they had like styrofoam plates, you know. You guys eat out of Cool Whip bowls? When we were growing up, my mom kept the Cool Whip bowls and we'll reuse them as Tupperware. And to-go boxes, so like when we did have gatherings, my mom didn't want to use her good plates, rightfully so, because she knew she wasn't going to get them back. So she put their food and stuff like that. Exhibit 1. Sparks is like, we're going to bring some exhibits. I had to rewind it because I missed something. 2 plates. Side by side. So now we're selling Tupperware on the podcast. Pretty soon Mona gonna have the Mona Tupperware collection line. What color is gonna be? Blue, pink. You can buy those aluminum sheet pans at the Dollar Tree. Do you guys get your aluminum sheet pans from the Dollar Tree still? Or have you found them somewhere cheaper? Because everything's $1.25 at the Dollar Tree now. And then it seems to me the pans are a little bit thinner, so you have to get 2 to double up. Oh, mac and cheese tray. Stashing the food. So he confessed that he hid the food behind bags of chips. Oh, this is heavy. So he was saying this has something to do with his upbringing. Unfortunately, the sad cult that he was in. Just hiding the food. You don't have to be in the cult to hide your food. I had to hide my food when I was coming up because it was going to be gone if you didn't. If you didn't put your name on it, it was going to be eaten. I can agree to the fact that when my sister started cooking, my older sister, I used to eat some of the food she made to the point where I just ate it all. And that was bad. I am guilty of that. She had made fried okra, and I kept going back in the refrigerator like, I'm going to get just get a few more pieces. Then I realized I ate so much of it was no point, so I just ate it all up. Yes, she got mad, and yes, I was wrong because I was guilty of doing that. So that goes to say, sometimes even if you put your name on the food, it's a Christmas wrap. I think I only did that once or twice, and I didn't do it anymore because that was wrong. But yes, I've done that. And I'm sorry for eating your fried okra and not caring. Chicken is bad for your health. Chicken isn't bad for your health, especially if you bake it. You can bake chicken, y'all. There's different ways you can bake the chicken. You can bake the chicken. You don't have to necessarily fry it. Which chicken is bad? They are talking about chicken still. Leg. But you could turn that into chicken salad sandwiches. Y'all like chicken salad sandwiches? He said that was all that was left. He didn't take any drumsticks because there wasn't anything left. So yeah, chicken salad sandwich, but that's besides the point. He didn't want that piece of chicken, but he took what was left, which was the white meat. Everything else was left over. But if you want chicken, fried chicken, baked chicken, or what have you, that's what you have your mind set on. You're not like, oh, this is what left. I'll just take it home and break it down into chicken salad sandwiches. You don't have time for that. If you wanted chicken salad sandwiches, you could have went to Subway and ordered a chicken salad sandwich sub and brought it to the party. But that's not the case here. Parks had 2 pieces of chicken. Freeze had 1. Ish had 2. Somebody had 1 piece of chicken from the back room. They're gonna need a chicken police next time they have a banquet for their employees, because we are like 14,000 hours into this podcast, and they're still going around the table, gathered around the forest fire, talking about how many pieces of chicken this said party eat. This is sad. This is funny. Who's gonna hold the family Bible? There's pictures. They brought photo proof of the size of the pan that he took home. Well, y'all, I hate to be the first to break the bad news, but Mark Lamont Hill might lose his job for taking home too many pieces of chicken from the party, leaving some people only to take home 1 small piece of chicken. So he might lose his job. We've already lost Melissa. Flip is fading out fast. The smartest book on the shelf will get fired for stealing chicken. Wah, wah, wah. Man. That seemed like man food. Thank you for coming in. Chicken hoarding. He was hoarding chicken at the party. That's funny. Y'all gonna have to start pre-plating the food. So when people come in for these functions at work, it'll be equals amount of potato salad. You can eat it at your own discretion. Macaroni and cheese. Everybody get 2, depending on how much chicken is made, how many people are there, 2 or 3 pieces of chicken each. You saran wrap it, and then pass out the are we gonna have to start signing out plates when people get their plate? Are we gonna have to like put it on the checklist that you get your chicken plate? Yeah, sign right here. I solemnly swear that I did in fact definitely get my chicken plate. Sign off on this chicken plate. Man. Let me see here. I tell you, y'all. That's where we're going. So the next time y'all have a family function or a gathering here on the set, y'all gonna have to pre-plate the food and sign it out to avoid all this. The whole show's been wasted on chicken plates. Can you believe it? Chicken plates. But that's the beauty of having your own podcast and really love what you do and enjoy working around the people you are with, because they're just sitting around, chopping it up, talking about chicken plates. Thank you for coming in. Thank you guys so much for coming in and commenting and pressing the like. If you're interested in following along with the video, the link is in the description. Let's see here. Oh no, now they're talking about some stolen jewelry in Dubai. Yikes. So I believe they're finished talking about the chicken plates. Oh, they're talking about Antonio Brown. What happened to him? Is he really in jail, guys? What the age? Y'all hear about this? Let me listen. Antonio Brown's in jail? That's a football person. And every time his name is mentioned, it seems like it's wrapped around trouble. Yikes. Oh my gosh, so let me look it up. Is Antonio Brown in jail? Is. No, Antonio Brown is not in jail. He was released from a Miami jail in November 13th. That's today, guys. October, November. He was released today. No, Antonio Brown is not in jail. He was released from a Miami jail on November 13th, 2025, after posting a $25,000 bond for an attempted ghosting charge, meaning take my life. He was required to wear a GPS ankle monitor and awaits his trial. He faces a second-degree attempted taking of someone's life charge in connection with a powing bail. Brown was granted a $25,000 bond to be released from custody. Restrictions: he must wear a GPS ankle monitor and is ordered to stay away from the victim. He has pleaded not guilty and will be awaiting his trial. So what I'm gathering is that it was in self-defense because someone was trying to take his jewelry. Is that right? Hello, thank you for coming in. Wow, that's messed up, right? Deeper dive in AI mode, because they're still talking about Antonio Brown. So I'm reading from the live stream. So, according to AI Overview, recent legal developments. Brown was arrested on November 6, 2025 in Dubai by U.S. Marshals and extradited to the United States on an attempted ghosting charge stemming from a May 2025 powing in Miami. He pleaded not guilty to the second-degree attempted taking of one's life charge allegations. The charges related to an incident following a celebrity boxing event where Brown allegedly grabbed a firearm and powed at a man he fought with earlier. Trial status: a judge granted Brown bail on November 12th, which was yesterday, 2025, pending his trial. Wow. Lava, chicken. As we move on, boys and girls. Yang. Yang. CTE. So does he have that? They're talking about mental health again. Let me see. Let me look this up and see. Well, they're still talking about it. Does he... I'm about to look it up and see. It is not known if Antonio Brown has chronic traumatic encephalopathy, known as CTE, because a diagnosis can only be made after passing away through a brain autopsy. Despite the lack of formal diagnosis, Brown and others have raised questions about his mental health and the possible link to repeated head trauma from his football career. Key points on the Antonio Brown and CTE. His own claims. In November 2025, following his arrest on an attempted taking of one's life charge, Brown claimed he had CTE and blacked out during the pow-powing incident. He also made a statement via social media in 2023 implying he had CTE, potential link to an on-field incident. The 2016 hit by linebacker Von Burfict is often cited as a possible inflection point for the charge in Brown's behavior. Concerns from others. Friends, teammates, and others in the football community have publicly expressed concerns for Brown's mental health and suggested he receive help. Refusal of mental health treatment in 2022. Following his dramatic exit from Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, Brown refused the team's request that he seek mental health counseling. Yikes. Previous mental health struggles. Brown's father told ESPN in 2019 that he was in therapy, and Brown himself has acknowledged needing mental health. So this is why everyone on the podcast has segued back into the whole mental health topic, because at first they talked about Kanye West, and then they touched on Gucci Mane and his wife, and now Antonio Brown. He has refused treatment. That's too bad. So it has to do. This is an example of you do have the right to choose. He has a great team around him where they wanted to help him get some help, but he refused the help. Yikes. I don't know why he chose to refuse the help. Maybe it's a denial thing, because in our community, growing up, for me at least, it was the stigma to acknowledge that something may be wrong with you or that you might be off. So maybe he comes from that time where he still plagued with that. So admitting that you need help also acknowledges that there is something wrong. And it could be ego getting in the way, saying, well, I don't want to be looked at that way. I'll just figure it out on my own. But in the process of him figuring it out on his own, bad choices are being made, and it's showing up again because now he's going back to court for something. This time, though, I think it might have been a self-defense, but nonetheless, where is his people that could have prevented him from getting in some type of situation in the first place, right? So this is good how they're breaking it down. So Joe is going on a rant like how some people cannot even afford to get on the medicine for mental health if they wanted to because it's too high. And so I stated another point in reference to the celebrities where money isn't an option. What are the ones with mental health issues doing? Like they have the finances to afford the money to help them, i.e. Kanye West. They agree that he's not doing a good job of taking care of his situation, and he's got the finances to do it. That's one side of the story. The other side is the people who aren't going to be able to afford health care, so that means they won't be able to get their meds. What are they going to do with those types of people when they had to lose their meds by default? That's what they're saying. They're saying, like, people don't care. Wow. This must have struck a nerve. Did he just get off the couch and leave, y'all? So Mona's giving us a glimpse in her life of how somebody who was supposed to be raising her grew up with depression. So the house was always dark all the time, and her parent didn't talk to her because of that. This is good. Masking. And that falls down into a survival tactic. You know, fight or flight or survival tactic. Don't you think? Exactly. So Mona is making some valid points. So Mona is pulling out a point where a lot of the resources for the mental health people are no longer there anymore. So what do you do with those people? So you have an overflow of this sad situation, and there are people who are not trained to deal with mental health people having to deal with them, and it's a big situation now. So the problem is so great. The laborers are so few type of situation. What's going on? Thank you for coming in. High five. Bam. They're getting ready to segue into another football player. Oh, the one who passed. Yeah, from the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, that's pretty bad. How are you doing today? Thank you for coming in. Wow. So let's see here. Dallas Cowboy defensive Marshawn Kneeland tragically passed away on November 6, 2025 at the age of 24. That's what they're talking about right now on the podcast. That's too bad. The chase occurred after he evaded a traffic stop. According to a police dispatch audio, Cowboys official had requested a welfare check on Kneeland after he sent concerning text messages, including one that said he did not want to go to jail. Oh man, who would have told him that? Unfortunately, he was a celebrity, so he wouldn't have gone to jail. So what in the world happened? That's so sad. Once again, I'm going to stop reading right there. It goes down to having a strong circle around you. So when one finds themselves in times of crisis, they have someone they knew they could trust and run to. That's too bad. Life isn't supposed to be carried on our shoulders alone. And that's too bad. But a lot of us don't have that help, so you find more people more often than not carrying life on their shoulders. It's not supposed to be like that. Life isn't supposed to be that heavy. There. You poor people. Let me see. YouTube Studio. Mental health is a real conversation that should not be taken lightly. I'm thankful I have a strong family. I'm glad I have a loving family so we can talk to one another, man. It's crazy. Of course, go to therapy. But can you trust your therapist? It's about finding the right one if you do go. That's why they have so many choices. So Mark is saying sometimes medicine isn't enough, sometimes therapy isn't enough. It's got to do with environmental factors, ecological factors, which is true. I mean, you're going to be in high stress if you get dropped out of an airplane and you're in the jungle. You want to talk about high stress levels? So some people are like that every day. They're having moments. They're what? Wow. Did you guys hear about the guy who passed away after the Versus concert? I didn't know about that. That's too bad. They said his name was Young Bleed. That's awful. We are in -1 hour 32 minutes 52 seconds. That's the number. So if you want to jump in the description, the link to set video I'm watching / listening to / reacting to is in the description. And it's -1 32 34. I need to adjust how I'm sitting so my leg don't fall asleep. I think it's about to. Yeah, my leg. Ooh, wait, I want some potato chips. I have to get some potato chips. When I finish with this live stream. So I've got the survey up. Let me see what my cool peeps are saying. Hercules the Shark coming out tomorrow. Are you going to watch it? 56% said yes. 56% of my cool people said yes. 22% said no. 0% said I'll watch the replay. And 22% said, what is Hercules the Shark? Hercules the Shark is an actual live shark that comes on every Friday here on Elay TV, backed by popular demand because my cool people asked for him. He comes on 5 a.m. in the morning for a 30-minute set, and he talks to you guys and interacts with you guys, and talks about his life and what he's doing on his days off from work. And then after that show goes off, he does another set that's about 10 to 15 minutes long, and he talks about music. Fusion Fridays music with Hercules the Shark. That's who Hercules the Shark is. Thank you for inquiring. And we're going to have a great turnout based on this survey right here. So shout out to all the ones who will be watching Hercules the Shark tomorrow. It's a great show. The beat, what is the best beat ever made? Shook One's Part 2. They talking about music, y'all. Let's see what AI Overview will say. Well, they're going around the table talking about the best beat of all time. Let's see what AI Overview will say. Do you know what the best hip-hop beat of all time is? Determining the best hip-hop beat of all time is subjective and varies greatly depending on personal taste, but certain instruments are consistently recognized as iconic and highly influential by critics and fans. Among the most acclaimed and frequently mentioned beats are Shook Ones, Part 2 by Mobb Deep, produced by Havoc. This dark, gritty, and atmospheric beat is often cited as the definitive East Coast hip-hop instrumental and is one of the most recognizable beats ever. Still Dre by Dr. Dre, produced by Dr. Dre and Scott Storch, known for its iconic piano loop and smooth G-funk sound. This West Coast classic is consistently ranked as one of the greatest and most popular beats in the genre's history. Cream by Wu-Tang Clan, produced by Raza, RZA. The Raza soulful looping sample, The Camerals, As Long As I've Got You, created an instantly recognizable and foundational beat for the Wu-Tang sound. NY State of Mind by Nas, produced by DJ Premier, celebrated for its complex sampling of Joe Chambers' Mind, Rain, and quintessential boom bap aesthetic. It is considered a masterpiece of production. The Reminiscent Over You, TROY by Pete Rock and CL Smooth, produced by Pete Rock. This instrumental is legendary for its majestic horn sample from Tom Scott's Today, which created one of the most beloved and emotional backdrops in hip-hop. Ultimately, the best beat is a matter of opinion, and hip-hop rich history features a diverse range of groundbreaking production styles. This information was brought to you today by the gathering of lots of information from AI Overview. Now, I was surprised to have read that. Wow. So that's a great question to ask. And I believe Cream was the first song to be mentioned while they gathered around the table on the podcast today. They're talking about the best beats of all time. Cream was listed. Wow. That's cool. So I'm not sure where they're reading their list from, but I went straight to AI Overview and asked to see what it will pull up. Thank you, AI Overview, for that interesting information. Missy Elliott Super Duper Fly. Cool. Yang, 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 yang. 71 Tribe Called Quest. We got it from here. Thank you for your service. They said it shouldn't be on the list. I wonder what list they're reading from. Oh, they're not agreeing with some of the stuff on this list. Cool. It's nice hearing real reactions. Beastie Boys Check Your Head is 63. 61 is Pusha T Daytona. 60 is Notorious Big Life After Death. They are not agreeing with this list placement. They're not happy about this list, y'all. That's funny. All I've been hearing as the list is being read out loud is a whole bunch of no's and shocks like, what? Are you serious right now? They're not happy with this list. Let me, I want to do something. Let me see. Let me go. Hold on. This is fun. Just one moment. Let me see something. While they're reading down the list. Let's see here. This is fun. Hold on. I'm going to put it in here so when you guys do the replay, you'll be able to see what I read. So they're still running down the top whatever list. And I put in my list that I read. And then you can compare to see if the things I read on my list, to see if it compares to the list that they're reading. Oh, boo. And here's the last one. So here's the royal list, guys, that I read. I copied and pasted into here to see if the list from AI Overview had anything on the list that they read on the podcast today. The only one that stood out was Cream by Wu-Tang Clan. The other ones I don't recall being mentioned. That was good. I am minus 1 hour, 21 minutes into the podcast here, guys. If you want to follow along with me, the link is in the description to this particular episode. Excuse me. So, I get it. There's another thing I just found. Instead of me reading it at the minus counter, I'm already at the 2-hour mark. So I just made the 2-hour mark. So it's actually time for me to wrap it up on here. So I'm at the 2-hour mark. I'm at the 2-hour 6-minute marker, around about there. But they just finished reading the top 10 music beats. But I'm not sure if it's from Billboard or not. So that's that on that. Let me see here. Let me end the poll. The first half hour I spent just hanging and chatting with you guys and having a good time. So Hercules the Shark in my survey. Hercules the Shark coming on tomorrow. Hercules the Shark is coming on tomorrow. Are you going to watch it? 50% said yes. 30% said no. 20% said, well, what is Hercules the Shark? And 0% said, I will watch the replay. Because the majority of you guys will be watching him tomorrow. Hercules the Shark is a real shark that comes on our platform on Fridays. He comes on for Fish Fry Fridays at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for a 30-minute set. Then after that show goes off, another show comes on with Hercules the Shark. He spends about 10 minutes, 15 minutes talking about music because I really like music. So Hercules the Shark will be reading music. In the chat box, I did list the best beats of all time according to AI Overview. I put those in there. I thought that was fun. We've reached the second hour for this particular episode of the Joe Budden Podcast, episode 876, Squint Off The Vert. I'm getting ready to wrap it up. And tomorrow is Friday, so I will see you guys on Monday. This is my last day for my work week because Hercules the Shark will be on tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Shout out to my new subscribers. thank you so much for just hanging out with the cool people. You guys have a safe weekend. I'm getting ready to pause this, and we can pick up the third installment for episode 876 sometime next week. Until then, my name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you for coming in. Slow and steady wins the race. So thank you guys for coming in, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.